another breath of heaven. Inhale, and let's get present. For the lack of that overused term, for our struggle is not against flesh and blood, but against the rulers, against the powers of wickedness in heavenly places. Therefore, we will stand firm. Take a big, deep breath of heaven. Inhale, with the belt of truth buckled around our waist, and the breastplate of righteousness in place. And let's just do that without the arms. So the belt of truth here, and the breastplate of righteousness. So we're lifting the breastbone. Sometimes when we put the arms in, we forget that it's the torso that matters. So we're exhaling, and then inhaling and lifting the chest, making it as long as you can. So I'm pulling you up. So now let's put the arms in, exhaling and inhaling. And what a difference that makes. A lot of times we just concentrate so much on the arms that it looks like, we're concentrating so hard on the arms that we're not doing anything with the body. So let's concentrate on everything. Exhale. Inhale. You can make it go a little bit bigger. Exhale. And inhale. And exhale. Hi, honey.
Sorry.
You just got home.
Okay, sorry.
I love you. He's been gone for 4 days. Okay, exhale. And inhale. Getting a lot better. Chest lift now. And peace shoes. Putting the weight in the balls of the feet. And the only way to get out of peace shoes is to do a roll up. And whenever we do a roll up, we add a breath of heaven. So again, it's belt of truth. Breastplate of righteousness. Having shod your feet with the preparation of the gospel of peace. You can go down as low as you want. You can bring the feet together. The back remains straight. As soon as the back rounds, come back up. This is as far as I go today. I'm not warmed up yet, so let's round the back. Inhale. And exhale. Stand firm then with the belt of truth buckled around your waist. The breastplate of righteousness in place. Having shod your feet with the preparation of the gospel of peace. Let's come into overcomer on this foot. Set it up. You can set it up wide and short, or narrow and long. I like to set it up wide and long. That's just me. So I'm in a stability stance, layer 1 stance, but a layer 3 length. And you can have the hands here, here, or here. And let's come back into belt of truth. With the belt of truth buckled around your waist. With the breastplate of righteousness in place. Having shod your feet with the preparation of the gospel of peace. Let's take the other foot back into overcomer. Setting up your overcomer. Coming up with square hips. overcome through the sword of the Spirit. Let's come into belt of truth. And let's go into overcomer. And belt of truth. And overcomer. And this time, teachers will notice, the general public wouldn't, but belt, I'm doing a layer 3 stance in belt and layer 1 arms. And then I'm doing a layer 1 length, layer 1 width and layer 3 stance. So I'm mixing it up a little bit. Exhale, belt of truth. And inhale, overcomer. Adding sword of the Spirit. The front foot will come into sword. Sword of the Spirit, which is the word of God. Bring that raised leg forward into overcomer again. Inhaling. And exhale into sword of the Spirit. Front foot comes back. And that sword comes back up. And that transition is, I would say, a layer 3 transition. So you'd have to talk your layer 1s through something completely different for that. One more, overcomer. That front foot. Sword of the Spirit, which is the word of God. Back to overcomer. We'll come into a belt of truth. And into overcomer on the other leg. Oops. And I think we did 2 on this side. So let's come back up. Did we do 2? Oh, well, we'll have to do it now. Other foot back. Belt of truth. And this foot back. All right, now we're ready for sword. Taking the front foot into sword of the Spirit. Which is the word of God. So coming back to overcomer. Which is the word of God. 2 more. And take the sword of the Spirit. Which is the word of God. We overcome through the word of God. And we have 1 more. Sword of the Spirit. Which is the word of God. Go into praying at all times. So we're coming into the standing section now. We're warmed up, so we're just going to straighten that forward leg. And we're going to hold this. We're done with phase 1, which was the warm-up, where we flow the postures. Now we're in phase 2, where we hold the postures. And we're taking our prayer position, praying at all times. And we're going to bring this into the standing section. I'm going to turn so you can see me. Hips are square, shoulders are square, back is straight, quadriceps is lifted. Holding this for 7 to 10 breath cycles in phase 2, standing section. Growing out the top of the head, shoulders down, breathing. Two more breaths. core, slightly bend the forward leg because we went real deep in that. And let's come up, straightening it again, re-squaring the hips, and lift the chest just like breastplate with no arms. And this is rainbow. Lifting to go deeper as opposed to dropping. Lifting to go deeper. You can do it without the arms. Lifting to go deeper. Squaring those hips. 2 more breaths. Great job. And let's come into our belt of truth. And I'm going to move my mat just for a transition. Belt of truth, breastplate, peace shoes. Let's jump or walk back into our yada. And this time the other foot comes front. Come up into our prayer position. For standing on the other side, you're in the prayer position. Nice flat back. And we're going to hold this because in standing we hold. And allow the muscles to release, hips square, more quadricep lift. Extending out, growing out the top of the head. Supporting this stretch, either on the thighs, on the shin, or on the floor. Go real slow. Don't go too far at first. Let your muscle tell you when it's released and then take it a little farther. So if you go too far, it'll grab back. If you go really slow, it'll release. Then to come out, we're gonna bend that front knee a little bit and use support to come up because that was really deep. And let's set up rainbow, being alert at all times. Let's set up without the hands, just lifting the chest. Hips are square. Then we can add those arms. Keep lifting to get deeper and lift more and more. Sometimes if you take the arms out, you can concentrate more on what the torso is doing. That's what I do. Then put the arms back in. Great job. And let's come into a belt of truth and a breastplate, peace shoes, and jump into our yada. Jump or walk. And rest. And we're going to go to our balance section. And we're going to work on the balance from the mat. So come on down. Last class we worked on oak tree from the mat. Today today we're going to work on weapon from the mat. So come on down to that same position that we used for oak tree. We're going to use it for weapon. So we're going to grab the ankle, push the hip forward. So the top hip pushes forward. The ankle pushes into the hand this way. And the hand pulls the ankle. So you have 3 different actions there. Top hip going forward. Ankle pushing into the hand, hand pulling that ankle. And that creates a big space in the back of this knee. And it's getting bigger and bigger. Almost touching your head, right? I'll never be able to touch my head. I'm not made that way. Some people would be able to. Pull that leg in a little bit. So I'm balanced. Great job. Let's work on oak tree front extended. We didn't work on that last week. So this is the layer 1 of oak tree front. Feel free to come down all the way if it's too uncomfortable to stay on your forearm, but I like to be up high. And then 2 fingers, karate chop between the toes, and push forward as much as you can. So it looks like this. You're pushing forward. This bottom foot is slightly forward. You've got a hinge in your bottom hip to balance you. Working on getting that toe extended to the front. Great job. Let's come down into helmet posture. And release. And we're going to do one more time. The hands are just there kind of for moral support again. It's all about what the body is doing, not really the hands. I'm going to use a little grip here to help me get my shoulders together and release. Let's push back into LaLa. You can do LaLa on your hip or all the way back. And bringing in that balance on the other side. So there's a hinge. So this would be straight, but it's not balanced. So bring those feet forward a little bit. This is where we did oak tree last time. We're going to do weapon. Same thing. 3 actions. Top hip pointing, pushing forward. The foot pushing that way, the hand pulling this way. So 3 actions. Create the opening behind the knee. And we're trying to keep this area flat. So it's not like this or like this. Shoulder blades are coming together. Back is arching. And breathe. Let's work on oak tree front. So first we'll just bring that knee into the chest. And karate chop the toe. And just extend front as much as you can. Turn to the side. And then when you point the toe, it brings your leg closer to your face. See that? So here is flexed ankle and then pointed toe. Pushing that top hip forward. Two more breaths. We're almost done. I think we've only got time for one more posture and we're done. So let's come back and come into a butterfly. One of my favorite ways to do butterfly is the layer one. So I put the knees up, because that's why it's called butterfly, right? Because you can bring the knees up and bend the elbows and push and pull. This creates muscular activation technique. You can also use your hands if you want. This kind of depends on body proportion, how that feels to you. And we're gonna push and pull for 5 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now see if that didn't just open up your hips a whole lot more. And we'll pull forward. Straight back. And then around back and we're done. You can put a little bit of space in there so you get your hands under. Try to bring your forehead to your toes or towards somewhere. Aim forehead towards toes. Mine kind of isn't near right now, but we're just gonna push and pull with the hands here. Create that MAT. Let's see if I can't open up my hips a little bit more. Stay there. It's a nice, prayerful pose. Keep working on that. Good, we're in good time, 5 more minutes. All right, we'll release that. And we have time for a couple boats, which are really important. So we're gonna do boat and then rest, boat and then rest. So shoulders down, neck long. Once you have it, let go and breathe for 5 growth cycles. together into butterfly. And one more boat. Make sure you've got it first. Got that core engaged. Once you have it, then you can add the arms. And breathe. And come into butterfly. One last boat. And into butterfly. And this is our restoration position today. So you can just stay right there and breathe. And have a great day. Thank you for coming today. Go ahead and just hold that butterfly position and then take some nice restoration on your back in rock posture. All right. Thanks for coming. And see you next week.